Pleasant good morning. Welcome to Transfer Truck Trailer RV. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. It is a beautiful day. It's looking a little gloomy right now, but the temperature is getting a little bit warmer as we speak. So I want to show you guys a 2023 Summit Hauler Conversion M2 106 Freightliner. We're going to show you some of the features on this unit. Again, for all those just tuning in, there's so many different conversions out there. Of course, Summit Hauler is a Transwest brand, so if you guys are wondering, I've had some people call up and be like, is it just a Summit? There is a Summit conversion out there, but this one is a Summit Hauler conversion, so there is a difference in the design. The chassis and everything pretty much remains the same. Our wheelbase is a little bit longer. We have a 197 wheelbase. Typically you'll find 187 out there on the wheelbase side of the Freightliner. On our beds, what we do a little bit different, we do aluminum beds with a counterweight on the back end. And of course, out there you'll find out there's some built with the steel beds. But we're gonna go over some of the features and remind guys, when we get those chassis from Freightliner, it is pure bare bones inside, and we rip everything out and we put our conversion in there. So I wanna give you guys that imagination, what it's gonna look like, just raw seats, plastic flooring and all that, and then when you go inside you'll actually see what I'm talking about. Even on the exterior there is no steps, it's just the frame, a couple steps, steel steps going in and out of the truck. But taking a look from what you guys are seeing right now on the side view of this truck, we designed this the step with that compartment in the side, and as you guys see, there's tons of lighting throughout this unit, and I've had some people that add additional lighting. If, for instance, we had a customer that wanted lighting going up all the way to the top here, so we added about eight additional lights to the headache rack, so he will have more lighting on the road when he's going down the road. But again, with the lighting on there already, it's plenty of lighting for a night view. And because it's a little bit gloomy right now, I'm going to turn on those lights. I'm going to show you guys what I meant. And again, I'm just going to step away from the camera right now and kind of make you guys see. So tons of lighting on this. One of the cool things I like to point out is the slip resistant steps. So going in and out of those steps when it's rainy or snow, this will actually avoid you from slipping in and out of the truck. Engine block heater for cool temperatures. You can actually plug this in. It does have a 110 plug-in in here. Also on the other side, we have a 110 plug-in for your battery trickle charger, so the battery conditioner. Again, the batteries are located underneath that back seat, so there is a casing that covers the access point to the batteries. So you have 4 screws in total, and this casing comes off, and then you get full access to those batteries underneath there. Again, let's start off with that door we have here. Again, a lot of people have been requesting us to protect their diesel and DEF fluid. So instead of having to purchase a cap that locks, having that casing over it will allow you to protect your fuel and your DEF tank. Again, there is a 50-gallon tank over here and 50 gallons on the other side, so you have a total of 100 gallons. And of course, we have a 6-gallon DEF tank on this 106. On the 112, you have a bigger DEF tank, which is about a 12-gallon. 13 gallons, sorry, on the 112. But again, it all depends on what you buy. And so this one is a 106, so it comes with that 6-gallon DEF tank. And again, giving you that visual, having the interior with all plastic or rubber mats, rubber flooring, just the bare bone seats, the door panels. We took this out and we designed those. As you guys can see, we have the carbon fiber look. We do have our stamp on here, the Summit Hauler logo. And of course, we got speakers on all 4 doors. So exactly the look you'll see on this, you'll see on the back doors and all 4 doors on this truck. The seats, we pull those out. We have those made in Indiana. Those guys done an amazing job over there. Really nice seats, very comfortable. Just Saturday, I had a customer drove 2 hours just to test drive one of those trucks, and he was amazed how comfortable those seats are. So again, that's for me saying it and for you to find out. Once you guys come down and actually sit in one of those seats, you will see how comfortable those are. There are options of having it vented and heated, or having it only heated. We only put heated seats in that particular truck you're looking at right now. So you do have a high and a low setting on the heated seats. Front seats are air ride, and you do have that lumbar switch here as well. Right underneath that front seat, you have the battery disconnect switch. Again, this does help with disconnecting all power that runs through the vehicle. Again, it saves you if in case you leave a light on, if you forget to turn off, leave the key in here and you have this running. Again, this will kill all the power that will be running through that vehicle. Again, the key access point is right here underneath as you enter the vehicle. And right above that is all your light switches. So for your high beams, well, not for your high beams, but for your parking lights, and of course your headlights switcher right there. Right next to it, you have your increase and decrease button. So that's all lighting on your dash. It will increase that brightness or decrease the brightness as needed. Let's move on to the back. Again, I've had that question asked a million times. Are those seats turn into a bed? Yes, they do. And of course, it is DOT certified as well. We've collected the measurements, and we've gotten the actual the information that's needed to prove that this is DOT certified. So this is DOT certified, and of course, it does turn into that bed with the switch on the door behind the driver. And before I bring it all the way down, I want to show you guys there is a subwoofer underneath that back seat with an amplifier. Very cool sound. Again, you can upgrade it if you want, but this is really good sound with what in there right now. Again, as you guys can see, goes all the way flat. Yes, the seatbelt might be in the way, but there is a nice little groove in the middle. You pull that out and you have full access to that bed. Again, you can bring a blanket just to cover it because it's leather. It could be a little bit cold. So you put a sheet or something underneath the bed or in the storage. And when it's time to sleep, you just, fly that blanket on there and have a good night's rest. They do have options, of course, to darken you, to protect or to cover your windows. Our parts department does an amazing job finding that that product or that visor you put over your windows to darken the whole vehicle when you're sleeping. So you do have one for the front door, back door, windshield, the back window, so you could black out the whole entire inside of that vehicle. Again, you do have the option of tinting it as well, but I know some states don't allow front windows to be tinted, or it has to be at a certain percentage, so you won't get that dark feel inside the vehicle or that privacy that you want. So there are options or visors out there that will cover that for you to sleep or take a rest at a truck stop. Again, if you're not using that bed, you can put it back in place. Again, there's different levels to that. So if you just want to just lounge, you could actually just, put it at a different angle or just put it all the way up front. One of the cool things we did with that particular truck is put handles for the passenger on either side of the vehicle. There's not one for the center, but you do have like a little armrest, so you don't have to put your arm on the door and feel uncomfortable, because that armrest is a little bit more comfortable, more cushion. Again, storage boxes. Again, our bed is a longer wheelbase, so we have a longer bed on this truck, and with the storage compartments in here, they are all diamond plated. They do have weather stripping around it, so all the moisture and stuff going inside there. We do have an airline to provide you that air to fill up your tires or your trailer, whatever the case may be, you need air for, you have that airline system in here. Another back storage compartment. Again, you do have your airline, so you could start putting air in your tires once you head down the road. Again, dual tires in the back, nice little step here, and that trough that we put on our trucks allows you that access to put your trailer in here without having to bring it up too high. And again, I want to jump inside the vehicle very quickly, and I want you to pan on the back tires. So I'm going to press that red dump switch to show you guys how low that rear suspension will go to allow you to back into your trailer. So I'll show you guys that switch once we go inside, but I just want to show you what it looks like dumping the air of that vehicle. Here we go. Okay, I will need to turn the key. All right, so I'm gonna dump the air right now. So right now it's releasing all the air in the back suspension, excuse me, and allowing you to bring that truck rear end a little bit down. So again, without having to bring your trailer up too high, and having that trough in the middle will allow you to keep your trailer as low as you can to back into it, either your gooseneck or your fifth wheel trailer. Once you're done, there is a sound you're hearing right now inside the cab. It's a warning that when that rear suspension is dumped, you could actually, it will notify you that your air suspension is out of air. So once you get back in the vehicle and you hook up to your trailer, all you guys got to do is press that button again. That sound will go away and all the air will go back into that rear suspension. So nice cool feature right there. You guys can see that raising up right now. So again, we do put auto balancers on every single corner of this truck. So between those dualies, we have a disc between those dualies and of course that front wheel, and that gives you those auto balancers in there. And what that does is, again, just the name alone says it all. Auto balances the vehicle while you drive, and of course gives you more life on your tires while you drive throughout the life of the tires. Okay, let's take a look underneath the hood. And we can start up on this side. What you guys are looking at right now is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It's also partnered with the Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. With the newer models, you get 360 horsepower and about 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. One of the cool things about Freightliner is that their design, their engine, very easy to access, especially on those haulers. Everything in there is clearly labeled. One of the things I haven't mentioned in a while is this compartment right here. This is the air dryer system for your air tanks, for your air compressors. On this particular truck, because of all the air that's going into that vehicle, we have air brakes, air ride seats, air suspension, air cab. All that needs air, and on this particular truck, it has 2 air compressors. So we don't want moisture going into those tanks and actually, causing rust and a bunch of, moisture, water. So that air dryer system will actually stop that from happening and allow your tanks to be free from moisture. Very easy to close the hood. Give it a nice little tug and will allow it to close on its own if you want, or you can just give it a little push. And remember, there's 2 tie downs, one on either side. Remember to strap those down before heading down the road. We had like a close call I went over the vehicle with the customer. We forgot to strap it down, and once he started the vehicle and I saw that vibration on, I'm like, stop. So jumped out and actually strapped those down, because again, accidents happen. So we don't want that type of accident to happen. Again, with the front end, we do have LED headlamps, that Summit Hauler grill with that 3-piece bumper, and that 3-piece bumper on the bottom part to match the color of the vehicle. So we do have a really, really cool 2023 white the same way, but the tan interior, I cannot wait to show you guys pretty soon. Hopefully Thursday I'll be able to show you that vehicle, but it is a cool combination. And we've done that in the past with our brown Summit Haulers with the tan interior. We've had a couple white ones with that tan interior as well. But again, with the new materials they have coming out, with the new designs, it just looks amazing. So on Saturday when he came in, I went straight towards that vehicle and I'm like, I'm amazed. And I can't wait to show you guys that. And I knew I have a few customers that requested that. So for all those who are looking right now, that truck is in. So we'll be able to show you that once it's finished with the shop of all the PDIs and all that stuff. Once it's done, we'll put it online, we'll take photos. Most likely it might be online before we video it. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be an amazing truck. So let's jump inside, show you some of the interior features. And of course, if I miss anything, feel free to reach out, comment below, send an email, send a text, call me. I'll be happy to answer any of those questions. And again, guys, as we jump inside, you guys can see the amount of room inside of this vehicle. I am 5'10". My doctor told me that. I'm 5'10", so again, look at the headroom here, even with the seats all the way down. I'm gonna raise those seats right now and kind of give you an idea with the seat all aired up. Right now, my feet barely touching the ground, but again, the amount of space, even with the seats all the way up. If in case an accident and I'm in here strapped in, I could still have enough room before I reach the roof of that unit. Again, with the leg room on the front, having those air ride seats with the bumps and all that, we have a certain part of our area here in Frederick that I drive down every single time and I'm like, okay, this is gonna get a little bit rough, but actually feel how comfortable it is to actually go over those humps. And I would tell customers, just go. And they will go over those bumps. And again, with the air ride seats on those conversions, guys, I think that's one of the smartest things they ever came up with those air ride seats. So again, it all depends on your preference, on what type of interior design you want, on what type of exterior design you want. They have some really cool conversions out here. Summit Hauler is one of the best as well. So it all depends on your design, it all depends on your preference. But looking at the interior of this particular truck, that center console, we designed that center console. I know I've had some people looking to upgrade theirs to what we have in ours, and again, I want to apologize again. We build these for our Summit Hauler trucks, but again, with the storage in here with an LED light, again, once you open that up, that LED light will come on, so you don't have batteries just wasting. Again, you have some cool cup holders. In the back end here, we got tons of charging options. We have two 110 plugins. We got two 12-volt plugins. We have 4 USB plugins down there. Tons of charging for your little ones or for your passengers. Again, up front, we have 4 USB plugins. We have a entertainment piece right here. This one, when you plug in your USB, it will actually go to your screen where you have your Apple and Android capability when you plug in that phone. Again, the trailer brake system, we use the Red Arc. And again, if you guys go on YouTube and check out Red Arc's trailer brake system, it is one of the best out there. Very small, it's not bulky. Again, it fits perfectly on this Freightliner. Right next to that there, we have our sub knob for our subwoofer, or they call it the bass knob. You could actually increase and decrease that subwoofer as needed. I know a lot of people don't like boom, boom, boom. According to my grandmother, in the vehicle. So again, when you're driving, you could actually, you know, turn that down. And again, if you have passengers coming here that love that type of sound, they could actually tune that as needed. With me, I put one on there just because my wife don't like too much of the loud bass. So I put one on there so if in case she drives my truck, she could actually turn it down and not having to mess with my EQ on my stereo. So again, your AC controls over here. We do have rear AC and heat. This red is for the heat, blue is for your cold. Again, once those are on, it will be lit. And then right next to it is the fan controls, high, medium, and low setting. Once you add that in the middle, it will turn off. With the engine brake we do have an on and off switch for it. So Freightliner did that, so you could turn it on, and again, you could adjust this as needed. Your high setting or your low setting. In the center, we'll keep it neutral, but it will still be on with this switch right here. So you could turn it off when you're not using it. Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. This is your area right here. You got reverse, neutral, and drive. Neutral with your handbrake up, you're in your parking position. Right underneath that parking brake, you have your trailer brake air supply. It is pre-plumbed, glide hands already in there. The only thing we have to do is just mount it onto the bed of the truck. So if customers are looking to put that in, we could get it done right here at the store. So again, air brakes for the truck and your air supply for an air trailer if you have one. You have your rear differential lock, traction control. You have your cruise control setting up here. This is the red switch that I pressed earlier. And again, once you turn that on, you will hear that beeping. That's to warn you that your rear suspension is dumped. Once you turn it off, that sound will go away, notifying you that all the air is going back into that rear end, or it is done. So one of the two. Right next to it is the regen button. You have power windows, you got power locks, you have heated mirrors, you have a cargo light. Some trucks you will see up on there is an optional switch, and which typically one or both of them are for lights in the back end. But again, having that cargo light switch with the truck and the light showing in the back, that little logo, makes it easier for customers to know that's your cargo light switch. But again, in other trucks you will see an up switch, which typically an up switch will give you your interior lighting or that rear lighting. But in the interior lighting for us, we have those switches up here. We have reading lights that will turn on those two lights up here. If you don't want to use that, we do have a moonlight. I call that the infinity lighting. Goes all the way up to the roof. Again, at night, just imagine you have that bed or that bench fold into a bed, and you're just looking up into that lighting. You know, gives you a really nice feeling. Again, we have an extra switch here if needed, and of course gives you a little blue light up here on that third switch. Our Voyager camera system, again, that's one of the cool things I've seen on our trucks. Having that on there makes it easy not having to look at your stereo with the camera. It's right above the driver's head. You could see what's going on in the back end of the truck. Even with a trailer hooked up onto that truck, you could see on both sides of the trailer and the truck while driving down the road. And again, nice clear view. If you want to add additional cameras, you could add an additional 3 cameras, giving you a total of 4 cameras on that screen. Again, the Stinger stereo sound system do give you access to more cameras. If you want to put more cameras, again, that's going up to 8 cameras in total. So I don't think you need all that, but again, it's your personal preference on what exactly, how many cameras you need on your truck. In that center area right here, we have a nice metal plate. This typically where customers will put a CB radio. This is pre-plumbed for a CB radio. We do have the antenna on the mirrors, but again, I've done it on a few trucks where we'll take this plate, cut it out, put a CB radio on here, and then we'll have the CB radio microphone hook up on here, so you hook it up right on this platform. But again, we've had some trucks come in with this area being a storage compartment where you can still modify that area to put a CB radio. But again, you have that plate over here, and up here will be your storage compartment for your passengers' wallet or phone, whatever. This comes in very handy. Again, with that curved dash, makes it very easy for the driver to reach those buttons. And again, with the 24s that are coming out, I've understood that Freightliner is going to go with a straight dash, so it's not going to be curved anymore. But again, that's something we'll have to see when it comes in and present that to you guys on our live videos. But again, look out for that. There will be some changes in 2024, but again, pretty much everything will stay the same, but they will have a few different changes coming up. Like that flat dash will be standard on all Freightliners, so you won't have the difference between the conversions out there. But it is an awesome unit. Again, with that stereo sound system with the Stinger, we do have navigation, we do have all different options for entertainment. AM, FM, satellite radio is included on air. Also, you have Apple and Android capability by plugging in through that system down here. This unit only has 666 miles. So if you guys are interested in this 2023 Summit Hauler conversion M2106, this one is available. So you guys can give me a call if you want to come out and test drive it. At least, if you're in the market and trying to figure out what's the best route to go, if you want to go for 1 ton or if you want to go with a Freightliner. Again, having a Freightliner, the life on that truck and the resale on this trucks are way better than having a 1 ton pickup. But again, it's all about your preferences. I know a lot of people like a lot of digital stuff, a lot of like the heated and cool seats, which you can upgrade those seats to that. But just having those lane departure warnings and all that on the 1 ton pickups is fine. But again, the safety behind having a Freightliner, the durability, how well this will carry your trailer, and your family being on board, the safety factor on that. So there's so many different reasons why people switch and jump to a Freightliner than having to be in a 1 ton. But again, it's your personal preference, guys, so I'm not going to force you to jump into a Freightliner, but I'm just showing you guys what the difference are to choose or to make your decision a little bit better. So I want to thank you. All those guys have been reaching out to me and Larry. I want to thank you guys for earning your business as well. But in the meantime, we have so much inventory coming in. We got some really cool options and colors. So feel free to reach out to us and we'll definitely answer those questions and reach out to you if we missed your call. So my number will be at the bottom of the screen. Feel free to reach out at any time and I will be able to answer your questions. In the meantime, have a great week, guys. We'll see you guys back here for another video. So stay tuned for more to come. Summit Hauler. Thank you.